This is Andrew, the host of From the Ground Up podcast. My guest today is Mr. Jared Williams. Jared, welcome onto the show.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So, you are someone who is very involved in civic engagement at the College of New Jersey, which you are a recent graduate from, and in your hometown and all over the state of New Jersey. Tell us a little bit about your involvement and how you were able to get inspired to be so engaged.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've had the true blessing and great opportunity to be involved in politics at the local, state, and federal level. My first ever sort of engagement with politics was an internship with Assemblyman Atkins. He's the current assemblyman of the 20th Legislative District. And that was my first go at it. I was a political science major at TCNJ. So I sort of knew it was something that I was interested in. So I was happy and excited to sort of get my feet wet and really see the behind the scenes of the project as opposed to just learning about it in classes. So it was a phenomenal experience. I really loved it because it meshed local and state politics together. You were able to attend community events and meet important individuals within the community. You're able to meet and talk to New Jerseyans all across the district. I was able to go to the state house and meet the governor and participate in the state part of it as well. As the saying goes, all politics are local, so it's important to sort of keep that mindset and mentality. But being able to work with your assemblyman, you get the best of both worlds. From there, I took it to being able to intern with state legislators and federal legislators such as Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, Senator Cory Booker, Governor Murphy, a lot of individuals that I really look up to within the political space. So it was great opportunities to be able to get that experience and really try and make a difference.
Dude, that's awesome. And not to mention endorsed by Senator Cory Booker for student vice president at TCNJ, which is pretty cool. So you talked a lot a bit about like the behind the scenes stuff. You've also been on the front lines with the college Democrats. So
Yeah,
I interviewed Enzo and he talked a little bit about the process of starting up the College of New Jersey Democrats chapter, but you were the president of that. And you were
yeah,
also involved in the executive board for the state chapter as well.
yes.
What lessons did you learn from those experiences on getting young people involved, and especially in such a crucial time that we were doing it? Because we really restarted right before the presidential election, now the New Jersey gubernatorial election.
Yep.
What are some strategies that you took advantage of to get people involved?
Yeah, absolutely. I think two of the biggest things is relationship building and then just encouraging people to use their voice. I think a lot of young voters, especially, can get apathetic because elected officials aren't listening to us. They're not making the changes that we want to see. We're fighting for issues that our grandparents were fighting for. We're fighting for things that have been talked about for decades. So it's very easy and would almost be the simple answer to become disillusioned and to think that this isn't a space for you. But letting folks know, as the political saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're at the menu. And basically, what that means is if you don't have the ability to talk and use your voice, people are going to make those decisions for you because one way or the other, they're making those decisions, right? So we want to make sure that we use our voices and we make known what our interests are and what our concerns are. And with that comes voting, because if we don't vote, those elected officials aren't going to listen. So that's where the College Democrats of TCNJ, as well as the College Democrats of New Jersey broadly, really came into play. It was absolutely one of my favorite involvements because it was a great way to get Democrats all across our college together to meet, whether we were having debate watch parties, which got great engagement, or whether we were just playing Jeopardy games to increase our knowledge on politics. It was a way to mix fun and education together. So people really knew that they could be a part of the process, and that it could be enjoyable and fun as well, and that you could make a difference. Being able to be a part of the state party was amazing as well, because you were able to talk with college Democrats all across the state, learn best practices, see what your peers are doing, and then bring that back to your own institution. So I highly recommend any young individual to get involved within a young Democrat chapter, whether it's at their institution, whether it's the state, whether it's within their county, because that really is the way that you make a difference. And that's the way that we can make change on issues that we find important to ourselves and our families.
No, you're absolutely right, and the work that we've been able to do through those chapters have been monumental. We've
Yeah.
done things like endorse candidates, but also go
Hmm.
out to Pennsylvania, last election cycle. Even though it didn't go our way, I mean, it was still an incredible experience. You know, we were really across the board as a chapter. I know we're planning big things now as well. Um,
Yeah.
you know, on a national level and sometimes on a state level as well, politics can get very bitter, very divisive.
Yes.
Um, what are some things that help you to get involved but and keep that hope? You know, because a lot of
Hmm.
times people kind of tune out in our generation. They feel like they don't want to vote because they don't directly see the impact it has on them. What keeps you involved and what keeps that spark going?
Yeah. I think one of the most important things is not just to talk about what we're against, but what we want to fight for. I think that when we get in the habit of only saying what we're against or what we're opposed to, which is absolutely important, especially at times where maybe the opposite party is in control, that's certainly important. But I think that that's the way to sort of get pessimistic about it, to think that we have no voice, we have no power, we have no say in the situation. But we're able to have a positive vision. It doesn't Politics doesn't have to be negativity. I think that we sort of boxed ourselves into that because of campaign ads and because of the way that candidates talk about each other. But it can be a politics of hope too. It can be a politics of positivity where we're talking about the issues that we want to fix because we know the positive impact that it would have on individuals of our community, on our fellow neighbors. So I think that being able to keep that mentality is so critically important. And I think the other thing is just being able to be around like-minded individuals who are motivated as well, because you can encourage yourself. Politics isn't a zero-sum game. It's not a one-person thing. It takes an entire community of individuals, especially with our young individuals with cohorts like the College Democrats, or if you're in high school Democratic organizations, being able to be together with other individuals who are also inspired, who are also motivated, it really keeps you going. And really being able to remember that the number one way to make change that is long lasting is through passing legislation. It's through politics. So this is really a space where we need to be involved if we want to be able to accomplish a lot of the goals and visions that we have for our state and for our country.
Yeah, incredible work. And have you had a favorite event that you've been able to be involved in from, you know, doing stuff with Mikey Sherrill's campaign this summer all the way back to, canvassing for Andy Kim and endorsing him? Have you had like a favorite event? Because there's a bunch of standout stuff that we've done. I don't know what
Yeah.
your favorite would be.
Yeah, I really like hearing from the elected officials themselves and being
Mhm.
able to engage with them and ask them questions. So one that I vividly remember, I think it was my sophomore year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sort of a town hall sort of event. Congressman at the time, Congressman Andy Kim was there. Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman was there. Governor Murphy stopped by. And this was a scenario where they actually listened, right? They didn't just come and give their 10-minute speech and then sort of left. They actually stayed and they listened, and they we were able to ask questions of them and really interact with them. And it was a meet and greet at the end of it as well. So I was also able to get pictures with them. And this was my first time really meeting some of those individuals. So it was just an incredible experience. And then to see young Democrats like myself at the event as well and engaging with the process, it showed that politics didn't just have to be us talking at people and telling them what we think, but instead we could listen to them, listen to their concerns, and then give responses to it. Whether we always agreed or not, you always felt heard. And I think that that's what people want to see, especially young voters, is we just want individuals to listen to us and for us to feel heard, and for them to take the feedback that we gave them to make the best decisions possible. And I think that that's really what politics and being a representative fundamentally is about. It's about listening. It's about being able to interact with your constituents. You shouldn't just drop an ad and win a campaign. You should actually have
Right.
to walk into the communities and talk to the people because that's where the change happens.
That you're absolutely right and incredible stuff. Now, my final question that I ask everybody is advice for young people looking to get in politics. But I want to add a little spin for you because I know you just graduated college. You got a bright future
Yep.
ahead of you. So, what are your future goals and aspirations? And how do you think I mean, we're both Democrats, that the Democratic Party can meet in this moment, but voters everywhere could kind of stand up and make their voices heard. So, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in terms of what I hope to do in the future, I will be attending law school in the fall. So, in a couple of weeks, I'll be heading to NYU Law, which I'm extremely excited about and really looking forward to. So, I'll be spending 3 years there. And then after that, I hope to work at a big law firm, specifically within political law. That would be the perfect intersection of what I've been doing in the past and what I want to do in the future, being able to represent campaigns and ensure that all compliance issues are met and that they're in good standing with the law so that they can be a candidate and that they can talk about the issues that are most important to us without having to worry about what's going on in the background. And then hopefully one day I hope to run for office myself because I really do believe that that is the way that we're able to see change. Because as President Obama said once, it's we are the change that we've been waiting for. And I think that it's time for young individuals to step up, to play a role and to do their part. I know that you've been doing it in your many positions. You're an elected official now, and good luck on the future election as well. And
Thank
just
you.
being able to make that difference as a young individual, I think is so important. And I would say to end it off there, my advice to young people who want to be involved in politics and who want to make a difference is the simple two words of get involved. The way to make that change is to start somewhere. Doesn't matter where you start. You can start low. You can start high. As long as you get involved somewhere, that's how we're going to make a difference. Gone are the days that we have to continue to fight just for working in middle class families who are working 40 hours a week or more just to make a living. Gone are the days that we have to worry when we step out of our doors if we can breathe clean air and drink clean water. You know, we need a politics not of the past, not even of the present, but the politics of the future. And I think that Generation Z and that us young folks, I think that we're the change that we've been looking for. And I think that we can make a big difference if we all come together. If we all get out there and vote, elected officials will have no chance but to listen to us.
Mr. Jared Williams, thank you for being a huge force in ushering in the politics of the future. You are an incredible force in New Jersey and beyond. So thank you for the work you're doing. You're truly an inspiration, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me again. Happy to be here. And I hope that young folks really do get involved. You're doing a great thing. And I hope that people look at it and follow it too.
Thanks, Jared. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.